All right, 7:01. I'm going to kick into the intro. Good evening. It is I, Old School Old Fool, back with more MFW Midwest Fire Wrestling TV. It is episode 25. It is the last stop before MFW Mega Mania, our big pay-per-view style event that will be coming to you next Thursday at the same time, 7 p.m. Central. It will be Central Daylight Savings Time, which I'm very not excited about, but not much I can do about that. So anyway, a couple of quick plugs that I want to get in before I get started here. One super important, I think, if people have independent wrestling television, that streaming service tonight on Thursday Night Fix, they are showing matches from Southern Underground Pro. This is important because Southern Underground Pro pretty much lost their home in the Nashville Tornadoes. They were located in East Nashville, and the building is not salvageable. So right now, this is a little independent wrestling company and independent wrestling community that doesn't have a home and was one of the many affected in Nashville one way or another by the tornadoes. So if people have independent wrestling TV, after you're done with me, or if you don't stick around to watch me, head over there. They're playing SUP all night, and they're making donations to SUP and Nashville as a whole to help them with the tornado recovery. So I wanted to mention that because I think it's important. Also want to plug the good folks over at bumwinebob.com. Yes, bumwinebob.com, which has podcasts, reviews, and covers all sorts of things from XFL to indie wrestling to the major companies wrestling to cheap booze. A wonderful combination of goodies to be had there, and they're good folks. They've been really kind to me on Twitter, and we chat back and forth quite a bit, and great people there at Bumwine Bob. So enough promoting others, let's promote me. I mean MFW. I mean Old School Old Fool channel. Tonight, a night of action with many people getting ready to get in gear, get set, get some momentum rolling in the MFW Mega Mania. We will recap the card later on this evening so that you know what you're in for on Thursday. Tonight's matches, opening up with the Curtain Crew, surprise, Curtain Crew in the opener, up against Snap Suplex, wanting to get a little practice in, get a few reps in before their title shot against the Hossman of Dick Tiki and Big Buck Hunter at Mega Mania. They earned that opportunity by winning the Tag Team War a few weeks ago. On our second match, six-man action, Trailer Thrash and Harry Blackstone taking on all three of the Youpers squad, Iron, SK, and Sweet Susan. In our third match, returning to action, Captain Cheese Curd. Now, as one of Red's last, well, maybe last acts as a MFW official, it dawned on him that Captain Cheese Curd never got a rematch for the MFW title. So he is letting him get a rematch, but the captain has chosen MFW Master of the Deathmatch title holder Holly Ames, of all people, thinking that he may be the one to save us from her reign of terror here in MFW. So that will definitely be interesting at Mega Mania. Holy mackerel. I just realized I really screwed up. Well, tough. Pulling double duty tonight, Susan St. Marie in your main event up against New Jill, trying to get her singles win number 3 so that she can be the challenger awaiting whoever is champion after the unhappy hour clash at Mega Mania, as Benny Brandy gets a shot at Core Miller after winning his Proving Ground match against him last week. So, with that all said, let us move on to action. We will talk about the rest of the Mega Mania card as the night progresses. We will send it to the ring, Sandy Jenkins, your officiant in this opening tag match. Yeah, Vic, you know, trying to get all my duckies in a row, have a show for tonight, and have Mega Mania the way I wanted it set. Oops is me. Snap suplex. Hotter than a furnace. Came in as a sort of put together tag team at Tag Team War, won that. They've been on a hot streak for sure. The opposite of that, the Curtain Crew, Cal Jobert and Justin Hanschmidt, still looking for their first win here in MFW. There's a ding in the chat right away. Love to see it. Oh, couple overhand rights from Yuri. Yuri just throwing punches out the bat. He does not seem to be impressed by young Justin Hanschmidt. He who tries hard. Now I'm looking at Justin Hanschmidt. We haven't seen him for a while, but he really bears a strong resemblance to Fred Hansen. Oh, they get Yuri up for the double team power bomb. Cal getting sent off the ropes, ducks the clothesline though. Yuri tags him with a big overhand club and forearm. Oh, Cal went for a ride. Big overhead German from MFW's suplex machine, Yuri. Clothesline suplex combo now from Snap Suplex. Barge legal. Yuri drops a quick elbow before departing. And Cal's going to tag in Justin. Cal whiffed the drop kick badly. Oh, stunner for Justin trying to sneak up on the barge. Ill-advised. Series of forearms, drops Justin. Barge throws him in a head and arm choke. Justin trying to pick and choose his spots. Smart. You do not want the barge to grab any of your appendages. Yep, because things like that happen. Leg lock. Cal busts it up. And the barge tags in Yuri. All 4 men in the ring now. Justin in an arm breaker. Cal in the corner. Cal now leaving. But Justin tags him back in. Nice. Yuri gets hit with another double team power bomb. Oh, Cal just got folded like an accordion. Yuri suplexing him all over the place, goes for a cover. Oh, Justin in the nick of time. Just in time he was. Snapmare from Cal. Oh, and Cal just got tossed out of the ring by Yuri. Barge ties him up on the floor. Yuri taking it to Justin now. Yuri is just taking it out of Justin in the ring. Cal fighting gamely on the floor, gets back in. Yuri going for the people. 2 power bombs. DVD lands them all. And then tags in the barge. And after the finish, Cal able to tag to Justin. Cal bounces off of Yuri. Barge just dropped him again with a punch. Snap roll up from Justin, no count administered. Justin trying to slow down the barge. Leg lock, and it is over in very short order. Snap suplex, taking out the Curtain Crew. Crowd not impressed. I was impressed. Snap suplex steamrolled those young guys. Mrs. Tiki God, you never know. That Fred Hansen kid wasn't too bad. Alrighty, 6-person action next. The whole Youpers squad. Like I said, Susan pulling double duty because and up against Trailer Thrash and Harry of Chicago Fire. I think now is a good time for me to just take a quick moment here to recap the whole Mega Mania card here. Six matches in all. Hippie Joe will team up with the Curtain Crew up against the Youpers in the opening contest of Mega Mania. Then we'll take a minute and get the ring set up for the Master of the Deathmatch title match. Captain Cheesecurd getting a shot against the Caustic Co-Ed Holly Ames. As always, explosive barbed wire, 15-minute timer, exploding ring. That'll be a doozy for sure with the big captain against the angry young Holly Ames. Mrs. Tiki God, I'm confused by what you mean by how long. And as I wait for clarification here, third match at Mega Mania, the Grateful Eight Tag Team Rumble, featuring Feet of Fury, Chicago Fire, Animal House, if Victor Hinks is cleared. The latest status on him is day-to-day, so it's looking like he will be able to compete at Mega Mania. Show length next week. I'm thinking it's going to land between an hour and a half to 2 hours. That is my guess with having the Rumble. Mrs. Tiki God, to answer that, you'll probably want to catch up on the last couple of weeks of MFW TV. Fourth match on the card will be Hossman against Snap Suplex for MFW Tag Title. Fifth match, Core Miller defending against Benny Brandy, the MFW title. And then the big main event will be the No Escape cage match. Red Hansen, Ultimo Pinguino, KO or submission only to win. If Ultimo Pinguino wins, Red Hansen steps down as lead official of MFW. If Red wins, Ultimo Pinguino becomes his right hand, his lackey, for the next 6 months. So, huge stakes for that main event at MFW Mega Mania. I apologize there, I had a controller issue. Alrighty. So, back to action. Six-person tag coming up here. That is correct, Mrs. Tiki God. That is how it will all go down. The Youpers out first. Sweet Susan, Iron, SK Naba. Up against Trailer Thrash and Harry Blackstone. Karen Mothersbaugh, Don Bucher. A terrible trio. Indeed, this should be interesting. Susan will get her first taste of Chicago Fire with Harry being in this match, but later on has to take on New Joe. Karen and SK is starting us off here. Well, Mrs. Tiki God, the good news is you're not watching a network. You're watching a Twitch channel, but not a network. SK with a slam on Karen now. Although she is in the opposing corner, trying to work her way back to the relative safety of her side. Karen not letting her. Oh, SK, double arm suplex into the turnbuckles. She gets out of there. Tags in Iron Montaigne, the muscle of the group. Misses a discus clothesline. Sends her into his corner, though. Oh, Karen fights out with a knee. Looks like she's going for a tag. Tags in Harry Blackstone. Clothesline suplex combo lands on Iron. Iron tags in Susan St. Marie. Iron still in there. Harry fighting them both off for a second. Double powerbomb from the Youpers. Susan sent to the ropes. Knee lift from Harry. They're exchanging blows. Susan wins the strike exchange. Sends Harry to the ropes. Slides under. Nice spin kick. Top rope senton lands. Harry tags in Don Bucher. Gets a cheap shot in. Nice arm drag from Susan. She tags in SK.
Ready?
Oh! Tag team pop-up flatliner. Impressive. Don thrown to the corner. SK lands her step-up kick. Trailer thrash land a double team power bomb. Was that a lift the leg move? Again, I'm a little not sure what you're getting at. Karen trying to tie up Susan. Knee lift, yes. Yep, off the ropes and just kind of plants the knee right in the guts. Flying armbar from Karen. Nah. That too. Vic, did the Husky seem like a good boy or good girl? Susan going to town on Karen now. Karen tries to fight her way back to make a tag. She does to Harry Blackstone. Susan fights them both off. She's going to tag in the big man Iron. Oh, wow. You're my boy, Blue. You're my boy. And sorry, Vic, I know you hate his movies, but that was the first thing that popped into mind. Harry, figure 4 on Iron now. Neither Youper coming in to interfere. Iron, oh gosh, SK almost got a face full of fire coming into the ring. Instead, they took him out with the high-low. SK misses a spinning chop. Harry tags in Don. Ooh, and SK is going to get 2 knees to the face. Don, big lariat off the ropes. Looks like he may be going for another one. Oh, lands it. Don Bucher, House of Fire. SK tags in Susan. They hit the high-low on Don. Don, a sidewalk slam on SK, but Susan is the legal participant. Oh! Don goes low on Susan. Now a cover, only a 1. A second clam jam from Don Bucher. Terrible. Terrible. Nice spin kick from Susan. Another. Hogtie pin gets to both Harry and Karen trying to break things up. Oh, it is a cluster in there. Iron dumps Karen with a gorilla press slam. Axe kick from Susan. Iron up top. Flying lariat from the top rope. Oh, Don gets Iron in the yam bag with the trick leg. Don and Harry now powerbomb Iron. Harry now legal for the Trailer Thrash Blackstone team. Iron dumps him like a sack of taters. Iron thrown to the ropes by Harry. Cross body and pin. Broken up by Susan. All 6 in the ring now. Oh, Harry tries breathing fire again. No Youper injured. Iron and Harry both left laying. Oh, that time Iron got it. Harry lands a fireball right in the face of Iron. Belly-to-belly suplex, then a stomp. Harry throwing a curse on Iron. Fire again. Unreal. Iron gets the heck out of there. Now Susan with the fireball. Oh, short DDT from Susan. Dragon screw leg whip when prone. Harry throws his weight back. Susan ducks the cross body, but Harry makes the tag to Karen. Big leg sweep from Susan. Snap suplex on Karen. Putting the boots to her. Susan working her back to her side of the ring. Again, the short DDT. Hog tie pin. The Youpers coming in as, 2-9. Coming in to stand guard of that cover. Both Youper ladies left laying. Susan tags in Iron. Karen fights them both off. Takes Iron to the buckle. Power slam in the corner from Iron. Claw cover. Only gets 2. The Youpers being smart, trying to cover, trying to stand guard for the pins. Don in now on Iron. Not legal though. Karen makes the tag to Harry. Series of big chops from Karen. Getting her licks in before she leaves. Fire again to Iron. Harry with a roll up now. 2-9. Another close one. Karen wrenching on that Indian Deathlock. Iron tags in SK. I believe SK and Harry are the legal participants right now. It's only a 30-minute time limit, so we're 22 minutes in. SK with a key lock. Everybody back in the pool again. Youpers just laying out the other team. Stranglehold now by SK. Countered with the cutter by SK onto Harry. Harry's going to make the tag into Don. double knees. Harry with a series of punches. Now Don drops SK. Both down after the collision. SK able to make a tag to Iron.
You dumbass! You dumbass! You dumbass!
3 stomps and a pin. Oh, and that is enough.
All right,
The
baby!
Yoopers successful in 6-man action. It'll be interesting to see how Susan holds up in the main event after that that wild fracas. Sorry, trying to make quick notes here. And I messed up my controller again because I'm good like that. I think I really need to just get a replacement cable for it. It is so finicky. Anyway, we shall move on to Vic, I just need to replace it. It's it's a little wobbly and worn, yeah. Or I just need to get a replacement cable for this and have a wired controller as backup and just use the wired during streams. Then it's not an issue, hopefully. Big Captain Cheese Curd making his return. Taking on the King question mark of MFW, Hippie Joe, King of the Dirtbags, as Red Hansen so lovingly put it. Let's see what this holds here. Captain could probably use some momentum heading into his big Master of the Deathmatch title match. The Big Cheese, Captain Cheese Curd, headed to the ring. Yeah, if anything, Vic Holly should claim to be queen of MFW because she took care of Hippie Joe. King Hippie, slightly delusional, might be the drugs, no one knows. Mrs. Tiki God, Big Cheese was always in there as his little nameplate above his name on the display, so I just never highlighted it too much, but kind of getting back into the swing of it. Knee drops the Captain. Hippie Joe, it'll be interesting to see what his strategy is against the big man. Smart move, trying to duck under there by Hippie Joe. Big clubbing blows, but Hippie able to trip an ankle there, get a second of separation. Wow. That was impressive. That was quite the show of strength from Hippie Joe. Able to hit that follow-away slam. Now has him in a caballeria, modified version thereof. Captain out quickly. Hippie able to block. Oh, Hippie Joe. That was quite a trip, but he's used to that. Yeah, you know, Vic Sketch, I have never had a chance to ask Red Hansen about MFW's wellness policy. So I can neither confirm nor deny that. Captain sits on him for a cover, gets a 1. All that weight on the poor Hippie's chest. Oh, head-to-head meeting there between the two. Captain bouncing Hippie Joe's head out across his knee. Hippie Joe misses the pump kick. Both trying to land blows. Now here they're in an exchange. Open hand chops from Hippie. Big fist from the Captain. He sits on him once more. Gets a 2 count that time. Vic, that is true. It is Midwest Fire Wrestling. I believe it's legal in Illinois and Michigan as of the now. Captain clubbering Hippie Joe. Throwing his weight around. As well he should. One of the biggest men on the MFW roster. Also doesn't take him too much to get a little gassed. Big flurry of blows. Drops the Hippie King. Well, for Hippie Joe's sake, we will say that we are in Peoria, Illinois for this evening. I hope that's a satisfactory answer. Captain again just throwing hands. Hippie Joe with the roll-up. Out of nowhere, gets a 1. Again, the Captain continuing the beatdown. Big uppercut drops Hippie Joe. Drops a headbutt. Ah, very true, Vic. Hippie Joe goes low. Now tries to cover. Only gets a 1 on the Captain. Big power bomb from the Big Cheese. Hippie Joe out at 2. Surprisingly resilient this evening, but we have also had the discussion of, Senator, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Captain, all that weight. Hippie Joe, nowhere to go. Captain slow to follow up, though, starting to get a little winded. Hippie Joe up in the Jefferson airplane spin. Thank you, Senator. Dumps him. Hippie Joe trying to follow up, not able to. Rapid fire punches from the Captain. Bow and arrow, and it is over. The Captain triumphant in his return. Warming up for war at Mega Mania against Holly Ames, master of the Deathmatch title. All right, moving on to our main event and pulling double duty because I am not all there. And many of my friends can can testify to that. Susan St. Marie going for singles win number 3. Ready to be the contender after Mega Mania. Ready to be in line for that MFW title. The championship. Taking on a very rough customer, New Jill, here in our main event. And before we send it to the ring, Jimmy Buffer will officiate this one. Once again, quick for the, and to say it again, once for the people in the back here, gonna run down that Mega Mania card for next week one more time, quick like. Hippie Joe and the Curtain Crew, Cal Jobert and Justin Hanschmidt, take on the Youpers of Susan St. Marie, Iron Montaigne, and SK Naba in the opener. The Youpers were victorious in 6-man action tonight. Captain Cheesecurd challenges Holly Ames for the Master of the Deathmatch title. As always, explosive barbed wire, exploding ring timer set for 15 minutes. That will be a crazy war. As per the usual, the Grateful 8 Rumble returns, this time in a tag team version. Whoever's standing tall at the end, their tag team gets a proving ground shot at whoever's tag team champions after Mega Mania. The 4 teams involved, Feet of Fury, Chicago Fire, Animal House, and Lucha del Norte. The MFW tag titles will be defended by the Hossmen against Snap Suplex, winners of the tag team war. Milwaukee's Beast Core Miller defends against his unhappy hour tag team partner Benny Brandy for the MFW title. And in the big main event, Ultimo Pinguino, Red Hansen, no escape cage match, KO or submission to win. If Ultimo wins, Red Hansen steps down as MFW lead official. If Hansen wins, Ultimo Pinguino becomes his right-hand gal, his lackey, for no less than 6 months. So huge stakes in that Mega Mania main event. But let's get to tonight's main event. Susan St. Marie, New Jill, Jimmy Buffer, your officiant. Let's get to the ring. Out first, a familiar face, because we saw her in the second match of the evening. Pulling double duty, Susan St. Marie looking for win number 3 to complete her streak and get a shot at the MFW Championship. And now the Queen of the Streets, New Jill, ready to be that big road bump in the street to stop the streak of Sweet Susan. Again, quite the styles clash. And Jimmy Buffer calls for the bell. New Jill wanting to throw big hands early. Susan with a slam. Test of strength here. New Jill getting the better of it. Gets one of those punches in. Susan responds with one of her own. Sent to the ropes. Susan slides through. Missing with one of her signature spin kicks. That one blocked by New Jill. New Jill blocks and reverses the vertical suplex. Susan back up quickly. New Jill ties her up. Elbow stomp. Both still kind of sizing the other up. Test the strength again. This time Susan dropped to hold. Oh, and New Jill goes south early.
Yeah.
Shoots Susan off the ropes into a straight up choke. Susan breaks it fairly quickly. Susan missing again. Having some trouble connecting with a lot of those strikes. Sends Susan to the corner. New Jill sends her off the ropes. She misses as well. Both seem fairly on the defensive. Understood as this is a first-time meeting. Susan slides under a third time, a fourth time. New Jill goes to the eyes. Yeah, Vic, I was wondering what she was trying to set up for there. I was starting to get a little confused.
5 minutes gone.
Oh, New Jill with a stomp to the bits. This time with a headbutt down low. The bell is getting rung often. New Jill just throws her down in a cover. Only gets one. Sent to the outside now.
3.
We got some shenanigans on the floor here.
6. 7.
Susan does not seem to be down for it. Oh, New Jill goes low yet again.
13.
And another time, trying for a cheap count out. Susan back in at 16. Susan with a slam now. She seems to be a little more comfortable in the ring than on the outside, that's for sure. That spin kick lands finally. Susan now trying to take control of this match back. Oh, New Jill lands a jaw jacker and goes south for the umpteenth time. Oh, she's got the sickle out. And throws Susan to the outside once again, this time not pursuing.
3.
Susan not having it. Brings a kendo stick in. Fair assessment, Senator. I would concur. New Jill missed with missed. Susan going low multiple times again. This time, big flying clothesline off the ropes lands. Snapmare now. Shoots New Jill to the ropes, misses. Forkery. New Jill trying to carve up Susan, successful. Susan now busted open. Sent to the corner. New Jill follows up, big boot. Susan crumbles. Not able to get her up for the suplex. Susan's still in this, most definitely. Dragon screw puts New Jill down. Shoots her off the ropes. Slides under twice. A third and fourth time. 5. Spin kick lands. I think she does that on purpose just to keep her opponent guessing. Short DDT, but Nugel up first. La Magistral, only a 1. Nugel thinking it's Thanksgiving, going back to carving. Susan wanting to prove she's no turkey. Now a choke. Jimmy Buffer with the count. Susan gets out at 3-0. And it is good for Nugel. Not so much for Susan. Susan not willing to give up her pursuit of win 3. Even though Nugel is definitely putting her through the ringer. Ah, true that, Vic. Oh, big kick. Buzzsaw-like. Roll through camel clutch. Will she get Nugel to tap? Not this time. Susan up top. Lands the senton. 5-star pin. Oh, Nugel out at 2. Nugel back to the choke. Trying whatever she can to slow down Susan's momentum here. 5-star pin again. 2 again. Gory Crusher. Nugel kicks her off, knowing that Susan was probably going to try a pin attempt. Nugel is slowed. Another Gory Crusher in the corner now. Short DDT. Figure 4 around the neck. Oh, Susan lighting her up. Oh, holy mackerel. Susan does not want to be denied. Nugel out at 2 again. Susan's feeling it. Going for senton 2, lands it. Axe kick. Up top, now waiting. Blockbuster from the top rope. Senton. Oh, Nugel goes low. Codebreaker, cover. Susan out at 2. Wow, they are just going to war. Another La Magistral attempt. Only 2 again. Nugel going back to what was working. Only the dirtiest tricks. Susan sends Nugel off the ropes, lands the kick. Flying knee. Another big kick. 5-star pin. Only 2 again. Gory bomb. Drop kick to the back of the head. Clutch. It is over. And I am convinced that Susan St. Marie is a threat to whoever is MFW champion after that. That was just a crazy, gutsy performance. And one heck of a war between these two ladies. I'm a little surprised at the 88. Again, never something I care too much about, but that was a wonderful back and forth affair, to be sure. So that is it for tonight. Digital Dave. That's great, Senator. I love that. Anyway, so next week, been talking about it all night, been talking about it for weeks. Next Thursday, the 12th of March, Midwest Fire Wrestling presents Mega Mania. 6 big matches, probably a little longer than a usual episode of MFW TV. My guess is it's going to be around an hour and a half, maybe going towards 2. Considering we got a Rumble in there and a couple other matches. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I hope you all are too. And in letting you all go tonight, again, I'm going to mention Independent Wrestling TV tonight, the streaming service, showing matches from Southern Underground Pro in support of them and Nashville, offering help for those affected by the Nashville tornadoes, and the promotion Southern Underground Pro, who lost their home, the Electric Basement in East Nashville. So if you subscribe to them, please head over there and watch some tonight. They got a setup to where there's X amount of donations per hour watched on the service. Also, they have some stuff in their shop too. But yeah, definitely keep Nashville in your head and yeah, help those folks out. In closing, Mrs. Tiki God, yes, it's a subscription service. It is $10 a month, just like WWE Network. There's a lot of codes out there for either a free 5 or 20-day trial if you look around the internet. To be perfectly honest, I'm thinking of switching over to IWTV after WrestleMania season, but don't tell my brother that, because he's a big WWE guy. Or I'm going to add it, one of the two. But thanks much to everybody who was watching or stopped by. Please come back next week. Ginormous show, Mega Mania. Only the last 6 months have come to this. So thanks a bunch. Have a wonderful evening. Old School Old Fool signing off. Take care.